So, what happens when two massive revolutions just collide? We're talking about the next generation of wireless, 6G, and the absolutely explosive power of AI. And let me tell you, this isn't just some minor upgrade we're looking at. It's the blueprint for a totally new, intelligent world.
All right, let's just jump right into the deep end with a question that sounds like it's straight out of a movie. What if you could control a robot or maybe a prosthetic arm with nothing but your thoughts? I know, it sounds pretty wild, but that's exactly the kind of future that this blend of 6G and AI is starting to make possible.
That is an absolutely incredible vision. But, to really get a handle on where we're going, we've got to look at how we got here. Because this isn't just about making our phones faster, it's about completely changing how networks are even built. Think about it. We went from 1G's analog voice back in the 80s all the way to 5G connecting all our smart devices today. And really, each generation was kind of built on the last one, making things faster, more capable. But 6G? It's not just another step up the ladder. It's adding a whole new layer from the ground up, a native built-in intelligence. And this table just perfectly shows the sheer scale of that leap. I mean, forget 5G for a minute. Just look at the jump from 4G, which a lot of us are still using. We're talking about a data rate that could be 100,000 times faster. The latency, that annoying lag, 100 times lower. And the number of devices it can juggle in one little area, 100 times more. Seriously, these aren't just improvements, they're complete redefinings of what a network can even do. Let's just park on that maximum data rate for a second. 10 terabits per second. To give you some perspective, that is fast enough to download over 100 4K movies in a single second. It's a kind of speed that is, frankly, hard to even wrap your head around. And that mind-boggling power is what unlocks that sci-fi future we were just talking about. This isn't just about faster Netflix streams. We're talking wireless brain-computer interfaces, immersive realities that you can see, hear, and touch, and even a tactile internet where you can feel digital objects. This is the stuff that makes remote robotic surgery and huge interconnected fleets of self-driving cars actually possible. Okay, that all sounds absolutely incredible, but a network that powerful is also impossibly complex to manage. All that speed is basically useless without a brain to manage it all in real time. And that right there is the secret ingredient. AI isn't just an app on the 6G network, AI is running the 6G network itself. This is what experts are calling an AI native network, and it's a huge shift. See, in the past, AI was something you might add on top of the network. With 6G, AI is the network's operating system. The whole thing becomes this thinking entity that can learn, predict problems before they even happen, and even heal itself without a human ever lifting a finger. But this is where it gets really, really interesting. Pretty much everyone agrees that AI is essential for this to work, but there's this huge debate raging among the experts about what this will actually do to all the data we use. Right, so that's the billion-dollar question, isn't it? Is all this new AI intelligence going to cause a massive explosion in data traffic? Or will it be so smart that it actually makes everything more efficient, maybe even reducing how much data we use? So on one side, the case for a data explosion seems like a no-brainer, right? You've got billions of new AI-powered smart devices constantly sending signals. You have generative AI creating endless amounts of super high-res content. And you have smart recommendations keeping us glued to our screens. The demand just feels infinite.
But hold on. The other side argues that a smarter network isn't necessarily a busier one. What if the AI can process data right there on your device, instead of clogging up the network by sending it to the cloud? A really smart AI could compress data before it's ever sent, or maybe a single AI assistant could replace a dozen different data-hungry apps that would actually reduce the total traffic.
It's a really fascinating debate to have. But let's be honest, beyond all that theory, making 6G a reality means we have to get over some absolutely colossal real-world hurdles first. Okay, let's get real for a minute. The hurdles here are just enormous. First off, financially, the cost to build this new infrastructure is astronomical. Environmentally, you have to think about the rare earth metals needed for all the hardware and the massive amount of power it's all going to consume. And that's not even touching the immense security risks of a hyper-connected world and the giant political headache of getting every country to agree on how to run it. So how on earth do you manage a system with that much potential but also that much complexity? Well, the industry's answer is to design a completely new kind of architecture, a truly intelligent network. And this is basically how they're planning to do it. The best way to think about it is like a chain of command for the AI. So way at the top, you have the policy brain. It's handling the big picture strategy and training the AI models on a slower timescale, seconds or more.
Exactly. Then you move down a level to the decision engine, which is making near real-time calls in milliseconds. And then way down at the bottom, you've got the executor and muscles. They're handling the instantaneous microsecond level stuff, like processing signals. It's a perfect hierarchy of intelligence, from deep strategic thought all the way down to pure reflex.
This quote from one of our sources just nails the elegance of this whole solution. It's not one giant AI trying to do everything at once. Instead, it's this perfectly coordinated system of brains and decisions and muscles, where each part is optimized for its specific job and timescale. So the big takeaway here is this. The true revolution of 6G isn't really about speed. It's about making the network itself intelligent. We're literally moving from a system that we have to manage to a system that manages itself.
And all of that leaves us with one final and really critical question. As our most essential infrastructure becomes fully autonomous, driven by AI and running on decision loops way too fast for any human to follow, how do we build in the guardrails? How do we possibly guarantee transparency and ensure accountability and maintain any kind of meaningful human oversight when the machine is, for all intents and purposes, thinking for itself?